This is the Tippmann Commando. It's an AEG rifle. So the Commando is basically your kind of budget area AEG. So you're probably gonna think it's shit, but we'll find out. Very basic box instructions. Basically says the caliber of BB that you use. Now this is supposed to be a mid-cap mag. Holds up to 120 BBs. This is a battery. It's called Tenergy. Energy with a T. You actually get a charger with it too. Very nice. It's in tan. You got your thing here. It's got your nice long keyhole. Honestly, I just used the rail. Typical M4 style kind of gun. You do have your little bolt release. It moves. It doesn't do anything. You have your forward assist here. Again, it moves. It doesn't actually do anything. You do have the... just don't go... and that's a hop up. The mag release has a problem that if you put the mag in, this comes apart just like that. It's not supposed to. There's your spring. Here's your other part here. I don't know why that happens, but weirdly enough, the mag actually stays inside. 1600 milliamp hours, which lasts longer than when I take a piss in the morning. You probably don't think the word budget goes well with AEG. Well, you're probably actually right, but just listen to what these completely random people have to say about the gun.
Very good to meet you. This gun made major changes to my life. It brought me great fortune. It brought me a family. It brought me a better sister. It got me a bigger dick. They're kind of important in life. A good rifle is a good rifle. Fire rate on this thing is incredible. So much respect for it. For the price range, it's pretty cool. You could probably drop off building and it is fine. Build.
You're good. Keep going.
Quality.
Quality.
The build quality, it's really cool. It's not like stupid child's Nerf gun where it makes creaking noises like angry father at 2 a.m. eating cookies. I used to live inside of ground and coffin, but when I got gun, I live in mansion now. Really cool. I have lots of wives.
Here's a random Russian guy telling you how good it is.
Gun very good. Shoot fine. Good strong bullet. Oh, hit good.
Oh shit, is he dead? So I did a couple customizations to the gun here. My Call of Duty customization skills here, even though I don't even play the game. Now keep in mind, you can't really upgrade the internals of this gun. I don't think you can do an HPA. It's just a base model starter gun. You can put grips, you can put sights, you can put tracers, you can put anything on the outside. So for the grip, I just have a angled grip here and I kind of moved it as far back as I can get it so I can kind of hold it like this. I still got the good old tactical thumb over the top. If you're doing more CQB kind of stuff, you can kind of move your hand here. You can just take this off your shoulder, move this here. If you have a canted sight like I do, you can technically put your eye pretty close to it. There's two versions of this. You can get one with a shorter barrel. Of course, I got the Lancer Tactical Sniper Scope. Reddit loves this one. As you know, Lancer Tactical is the best quality company there is. Now this goes 3 times to 9 times. So you basically just spin this and you can zoom in. This zooms in further than pretty much any airsoft gun can shoot, unless you're playing a Sea of Thieves roleplay and you're using it like a telescope. Now I got this True Glow canted rail mount here. That just mounts on top of the gun and then it kind of has a rail on the side. So you can do good old Tarkov, aiming down sights, and when the guy turns around the corner and gets close. Okay, so if you have the gun sideways, it actually works. So you can see they're kind of curving a little bit to the left, but it's not terrible. Now the last customization thing I have, giant vector suppressor. I took my TS Blur tracer unit and it somehow screws into this, a very large, long suppressor. And as you know, I put this on the Walmart gun and it didn't work. So let's see what happens. All right, it actually works. If it wasn't for my manager, TS Blur, I wouldn't be able to do this. I got my trusty chrono here that sometimes reads the speeds. Now this mag is filled with 0.2 gram BBs, and then this mag here is full of 0.3s. Black marker on a black mag makes 0 sense. I'm gonna shoot one with the suppressor, so it really sticks around 310, 311. Without the suppressor, let's see if the speeds go yay or gray. 312, 313, 314. I think the suppressor changes it by like 1 or 2. Let's try 0.2. 383, holy shit. Look over there. So here's the 0.2s. God, the mag's a piece of shit. This is why you shouldn't use high cap mags. Let's take a look in here. I see some white cylindrical objects. Look at that. That looks like a gear with some BBs behind it. Also, warm bologna. Save that for later. So I'm gonna start off with the 0.3s. They're going pretty straight and pretty far. But now let's see what happens with 0.2s. They're hopping a lot. So I would have to have this hop up completely off for these to go as straight as the other ones. So this thing is good because you can use 0.2s with the hop up pretty much off, or you can use 0.3s with the hop up about mid. Let's see how far this thing can shoot. I took a couple shots, just test shots. I already hit it twice somehow. No, that's not a ghost. It's just a towel on the camera so that I don't smash the screen. So I was able to hit it a couple times. I can't really tell what I'm actually hitting, if it's the bars or just the circles itself. But I mean, if I hit the bars, that means I'm more accurate. So I'm gonna try and put this further and see what happens. So I was just measuring with my phone how far it was 124 feet away. I give this gun the far accuracy range certification, meaning that it's got good accuracy at far range. My stomach's growling. Too bad I don't have K-Tactical fried chicken leg. Now, one of the things that can make an AEG more expensive is the internals, especially when it comes to the trigger. So a lot of expensive AEGs like the PCC9 or the ARP9, they have custom triggers. Because this is an entry-level gun, you're not gonna have as quick and snappy responsive trigger. If I pull this as fast as I can, it doesn't work. Let's see how fast I can shoot it, just semi. That's pretty good for the semi rate of fire, but how fast is the full auto rate of fire? This is how you load a mag quickly. Technology these days, crazy. Can't believe Elon Musk made a speed loader. But it's also pretty fast. This gun is actually one of the most quiet guns you can buy for AEGs. The PCC9 or any G&G gun is loud as shit. You might as well just be shooting a real gun at that point. See that table over there? It's got a box on it, and that box has got a shitty drawn target. I want to see the grouping of this gun. I'm gonna put the scope directly on the black dot. So that actually shoots slightly under. Let me go a little bit further. This crosshair is directly on the black dot, and they're actually hitting on the black dot. So if there are any that are not accurate, we'll know. I already see one that went off to the left for some reason, and these are all .3s. 31 feet away. All right, here's my pro target device 8. I don't even know the name of it. The far outer ring is yikers, the middle ring is bad, and the inner ring is good. There's a bunch directly on it too. Now I don't know what happened to this one. About 5 of these, roughly this, was the first shots that I took, which was too close. So we can't count those, but we can count the rest of like the 50,000. See, this is the problem with being a YouTuber in general. You're gonna get stream snipers. Like every time I film, there's like multiple fans just kind of walking around. Come here, you want burgers? Come here. Oh, the camera's still recording. Cool. Every shot I did, whether it was full auto or not, I tried keeping right on the dot. But pretty much all the BBs hit this box. Let's go on to the next test. Let's retry that distance test. This time, don't full auto the box. A couple of these hits are me trying to figure out what's wrong with the gun. For some reason, when I'm aiming here, some BBs will go up and then some BBs will just go straight. Now, if you turn this box around, it's got a cool feature. It has it on the other side. We got 0.2 gram BBs in here and the target's at medium to close range. We got one there, maybe we got one there, 2 there. Well, I can definitely say it's gonna take 0.3s to actually be more accurate for this gun. I don't really know what happened here. The targets are roughly the same. There's a bunch on the outside. There's that, there's these. And actually a lot of those shots were just going left and right. You're definitely gonna need at least 0.28 or 0.3 because they do a lot of the snake thing. So are 0.2s as useless as they seem? They're useless at long distance because the BBs start just going like this. But if you're more of like 30 to 50 feet away, or if you're like at an indoor airsoft game, then 0.2s are probably perfectly fine. But if you're at an outdoor field and you're shooting further distances, you're gonna want 0.3s. Have you ever wondered if you can shoot an apple with an airsoft gun from 100 feet away? Wasp be like, yo, he got an apple. Now, if you look over there, you can't see the camera because I'm about 150 feet away. I put my phone there for slow-mo, but I'm kind of thinking that I should probably not. Okay, I hit the apple. Holy fuck. Yeah, you can hit an apple at 150 feet away with a cheap entry-level AEG. I did it with a Lancer tactical scope, so isn't that crazy? It doesn't actually stick into the apple, but it still has enough power to make it known. Did not come out. So this gun is definitely not powerful enough to go through this apple. Let's put this apple out of its misery. It's time to see what this thing can do. See if I can cut it in half, actually. All right, well, that's loud enough. Don't want to anger the neighbors because they're going to come out with the real guns. Oh, look at that. Looks like I cut the apple in half. Knowing me, I'm going to keep this cool apple-ridden box in my car for probably about like 2 months. Too bad there's no stream snipers in this video, because if there was, then I could feed them an apple. I got one more interesting thing to show you guys. Bologna that's been sitting in my car for about a week. The more layers it goes through, the more it's going to be painful. Is bologna ham? Isn't it the same thing? Now you may think it's just as easy as just opening a package of bologna, but you're wrong. Take your K-Tactical bag and put your bologna in it. You want to take your hand sanitizer? Sanitize your hands. You don't want to give the bologna a sickness. Now this is a very, very important part. You want to grab a bag of Cheetos. Oh shit, this one's the size of my... Make sure you have cheese on your fingers so that you can touch the camera and touch your gun. I'm gonna take 1.2 gram BB, put it in this mag. You see a lot of airsoft YouTubers doing like accuracy tests, distance tests. But have you ever seen an airsoft YouTuber shoot a stack of bologna with it? Continuing the bologna opening, you basically, all you have to do now is get the bug off your forehead. It's probably about like 2 to 3 inches thick. 0.2, here we go. That was a little, I just don't want to hit it in the middle. And then 0.3. Take your marker and mark it. So this is a 0.2. Fucking YouTuber can't write properly. 0.3. Okay, so they went through 9. 0.3 and 0.2 went through the same amount of bologna. Now bologna has this cool technology where you can just stick them back up. Hand sanitizer break, I gotta give you guys bad news. I gotta leave you with the bologna. At least you can keep the random one wasp, some company. Let's take a shot at 50 feet. Okay, one hit. I'm gonna go further. Okay, I hit it a couple times. Now let me go all the way to the top of the hill. Let's say close to 100 feet. Shooting from there at the top of the hill, through the hatch in the car to hit the bologna and also not hit the camera. This is what your phone looks like after you massacre an apple. You gotta get out of here. Oh, you got one BB sticking out of the bologna there. I hit one there, 2 there, 1 there, and then 1 there. And I think that's it. It looks like I hit there, but I think that's just a wasp eating the bologna. Do a new TikTok challenge where it's called layer check and you shoot your bologna with an airsoft gun and then you check how many layers it went through. 3, okay. Those 3 BBs are probably from when I was shooting like almost the max distance. This one here is probably the first distance because it went through 4. It seems like the most amount of layers of bologna this gun can penetrate is 11. Because this gun is so bad, it needs to take 0.2. I can't even pull a small shitty gun back. Oh, wow. That didn't even do anything. Okay, well, the AAP01, 2 point blanks, 11. Oh, wow. So the point blank, the AAP01 goes through the exact same amount as the Tippmann commando. You can see the bologna is bulging there. 2 BBs are at the 6th layer, 3 BBs are at the 7th layer. When it's kind of curved and warping, go like this. It died. Well, it truly is a sad day for the bologna. It's also a sad day for the wasp because the wasp doesn't get any bologna. How many layers of bologna did we go through? Hanging bologna on a tree is a pretty good target. Not really sure I understand why this green gas can is a home for like these mini flies. Overall, the Tippmann Commando is both good build quality and good performance without in your wallet's ass. The gun's got a pretty good trigger response on semi, and the full auto rate of fire is actually pretty decent. It's got a good weight balance. It's not too heavy, but it's also not too light. You're not gonna get tired if you're carrying this around for like a whole day of airsoft. The build of the gun is pretty sturdy. It doesn't creak like the knockoff Nerf guns do when you like twist it. You can even use it as like medium to long-ish range of sniping. It might be a little bit too big for CQB, but if you get the shorter barrel version, you can definitely use it as that. A cool thing about this gun is it works with both 0.3 and 0.2 gram BBs. Some guns like the PCC9 or the ARP9 or any higher quality gun can only use 0.3 or heavier BBs. It's got nice consistent FPS with both BB ranges. It just has a basic hop-up. For what it is, it works. It's not the greatest, but again, that's what you get for an entry-level, cheaper kind of airsoft gun. I think it's one of the best starter guns that you can get. I've actually had this gun for probably about a year or 2, and I've used it many, many times. Yep, that's that, and I'm surprised this table took my weight. I only do weigh 1 centimeter. So. This is the Tippmann fucking English.